This week on Across the Arrowverse, 5 bus metas combined to make one super bus meta, the legends start humanising their villains, and major revelations on Arrow. Hi everyone, welcome to the show. I'm Matthew Vose.
And I'm Catherine Kay.
This week we are going to be discussing the episodes Flash, True Colours, the DC's Legends of Tomorrow, No Country for Old Dads, and Arrow, The Devil's Greatest Trick. So, taking them in order, Flash, we had Barry still in prison.
Yeah.
Now locked up by Jubal Early.
Mm-hmm.
Wolf was his name? I mean, he's dead,
Oh yeah,
so...
Wolf.
Yeah, I'm going to keep calling him Jubal Early, because it's all I can see in him.
Wolf.
And him teaming up with the other bus metas to try to escape when they don't have powers.
Yes, kind of teaming up.
Yes.
Dysfunctional family style teaming up.
Yeah. We had the subplot of Barry's appeal and trying to do something there.
Yeah.
And the Team Flash trying to disguise Elongated Man, Dibney.
That was fun.
Wolf.
Yes,
to stop the deal going ahead with Amunet.
Yes.
So we had a lot going on this week. I feel like a lot more than we had last week, certainly.
Agreed.
And I think it all worked.
I do too. I think there was a nice combination of moving the plot on, silliness, and general sense of tension and drama.
Yeah.
DeVoe, proper creepy.
We now have him as an established villain that there is no redemption for this guy now. He has now committed enough evil acts that he can't be saved, as it were.
I think he's fundamentally a different person to the one that he was before
the accident. Yeah.
The accident, the change, the whatever, but yeah, he is fundamentally a different person to the one he was before he moved into Mental Man's body.
The Thinker. Oh, and then he took over the Abercrombie and Fitch model.
Yes, him. Yeah.
I enjoyed the team up with the other bus metas. I like that we have a mix of people on there who have, in the proper DC villain thing, some of them are not really villains, some of them are actual villains, some of them are doing the right thing for the wrong reasons.
Yes, because the Look Girl is properly not really a villain, is she?
Yeah.
She was just sort of carried away by her own good luck, and now she doesn't want to hurt anyone.
Yeah.
And I think the sort of the girl that could change into totems is kind of neutral.
Yeah, she was releasing artifacts and liberating things that have been stolen from Native American cultures. So the sort of way they end up positioning Poison Ivy hates people when they're damaging the earth, but other than that, they're fine.
Yeah. I found it hard to remember what the deal was with the purple flashy eye man, who I think was the first bus meta we saw at the start of the season.
Yeah, he controlled technology.
Yes.
Yeah. So that was quite fun, and then suddenly they're all combined and probably dead. So I don't feel like we're going to undo any of them and have them back.
Yeah, I got a little... This is probably me getting distracted by something else. So I got a little confused at the end. So what has happened to Abercrombie and Fitch?
I think he's dead.
He's discarded.
Yeah.
And the other guys are all dead, apart from Lucky Woman.
Yep.
And so basically, DeVoe is now in the Lucky Woman's body, but with the powers of all of the metas.
Of all of them.
That he's sucked in.
Yeah. His intelligence, the mind reading, the crying eyes, the technology, the totems, and the luck.
So he's now properly overpowered.
Yeah.
Like, uber-powered.
Yeah. And this might end up with a thing of it's too much and you can't contain it, so he becomes a risk or a danger. And I could see that being the thing that turns his wife, because I think we're both certain his wife is going to be the linchpin of bringing him down.
Well, before he drugged her at the end, she was actively terrified of him.
Yeah. And then he drugged her.
Yeah.
So there's no coming back from that.
Actively and justifiably terrified of him.
But I wonder if it is to save him, she needs to team up with Team Flash to stop him from destroying himself.
And at least to save the memory of the man she loved, which he no longer is now.
Exactly, yeah. The other way that this could go is Sylar from Heroes, of just making him more powerful. In the end, you go, oh, we don't know what to do with this character. Let's basically erase him and turn him into a different character.
I don't remember what happened to Sylar. I do remember Sylar, but I don't remember where he ended up. Because
he kills... Is it Nathan Petrelli, the older one?
Okay.
They then force him to change shape and wipe his memories of being Sylar and implant memories of him being the Petrelli brother. So that he basically becomes a Petrelli brother. I think there was a season of these memories coming out, but it's it's not important to this conversation.
Sorry.
It's just... you're distracting me with other superheroes.
I'm just thinking, should I have watched season 2 of Heroes?
No, you see, that was season 3. The end of season 2 was him killing the Petrelli.
Oh, I think I gave up at the start of season 2.
Yeah. But it's... at this point, we actually can't do anything other than destroy him fundamentally.
Well, DeVoe is going to be gone by the end of this series.
Yeah.
He is going to have been destroyed fundamentally. Yeah. I think beyond putting him in their slightly inhumane meta box, or what seems to be the alternative to having them in their own prison, putting them into a normal prison and having the warden sell them to slave traders.
Yeah.
It's like, maybe keeping them in their inhumane meta prison in Star Labs was the better option.
Possibly so. So that takes us to Amunet, who I think we're both grateful to see back.
Yay, love Amunet.
Yeah.
Evil, but yay.
Katie Sackhoff in that part is relishing it.
Yes.
She clearly loves the accent, the manic grin she puts on.
So much fun.
Yeah, it's really good. But I'm not sure they're redeeming her either, because she's probably evil.
Oh yeah, she has absolutely no guilt or morality. There's no softer side to her.
No.
So but because she's not this season's big bad, I feel like there is a world in which she could escape or disappear and then come back to delight us in future seasons.
Become the next season's villain on Legends. As is their way.
Maybe we could engineer. Well, maybe they could engineer a love affair between her and Damien Dark.
We had some good development for Dibney. So he's learned his pretending to be other people, which you thought was coming with Flash, him taking Flash's place in prison.
Yes, that is what I thought was going to happen. Clearly, it didn't.
No, but he has definitely learned that ability, including changing his skin pigment.
A little dubious, but yes, we'll go with it.
I quite liked it. He is now putting himself on the line, but is not the Flash's sort of hero. He has to think through what he's doing.
Yeah, and I think there's a lot of heart there, and I think we're going to have more plots or plot points or subplots around his emotional journey, which I'm looking forward to. I now, they've stopped making him so crass towards the women in his life, and I don't know if that was an active writing choice, if that was feedback that they'd had, but I am very grateful for it, because I now feel like I can like the character. Whereas earlier in the season I wanted to like the character, but the way he behaved towards women made me actively want to smack him in the face.
Yeah. And the resolution of this is that he is another bus meta. So we think that DeVoe's going to be coming for him for whatever reason, wants his ability.
Yeah.
Because it seems to be implied that DeVoe knows what ability they're all going to get.
Yeah, I must say, The brain of the original DeVoe seems a little overpowered to me.
Yeah.
So, hey, he could manufacture all of this thing and have somehow manipulated it so that these precise people would be on that bus so they'd get the precise powers that he wanted.
Yeah.
Nah.
Okay. So it'd be interesting to find out if that is the case, if they answer that, or if it's just he wanted those powers and now those powers are going to be used in whatever way they materialised.
Yeah.
He now uses them.
This is me going, okay, what could DeVoe actually want? Does he want Dibney's ability to warp himself back into a body that looks like his original body?
Oh, that's good. Yes, and that allows the actor to come back in and we get back to being original DeVoe. DeVoe OG.
And that would feel a more natural state to see him in when we get to the finale.
Yeah. Notes that I've got here. Nice setup with Flash reveal. So I liked when Wolf finally told him that he was the Flash. Which kind of surprised me because they knew he was a speedster. And
how many are there?
Police person. Yeah, I mean, well, we have seen a number on this show.
True.
But...
yeah, they weren't the brightest bunch.
Yeah. Yeah. But it was very nice when we finally got to that point.
Yes.
And it got revealed. And of course, everyone that got revealed to is now dead. Nespar.
Handy.
Yeah. But I like DeVoe taking the powers. I feel like we now have some proper threat going on. And like you've said in past, we can see it going to where his wife is going to be important. Do
we think that there is some element of the person whose body he's inhabiting, their character, their mental processes still in that body?
I don't think so. You're thinking because the Lady Luck was a good person.
Yeah, I don't want to see her
good.
Dead.
No.
And equally, if our forecasting of him coming to Dibney and inhabiting Dibney's body so we can get it to look like the original DeVoe again, if that's true, I would like that story to end with Dibney still alive.
Yeah,
I like Dibney.
That's the thing that makes me wonder if there's a way of either just taking the power and not killing the person, or bringing all these people back at some point.
Yeah.
And restoring everything back to where it was. I suspect the likeliest thing is going to be he tries to take him, but his polymerized cells stop him from taking him over, or create a duplicate.
Yeah.
So if you slice off part of Dibney, the duplicate can become a full-grown version of him.
Oh, that would be a fun episode.
So...
oh, let's have multi-Dibney episode.
Evil Dibney and good Dibney.
Yeah.
And evil Dibney suddenly gets a goatee.
Yeah. Be quite entertaining to watch them CG fight each other.
Yeah. I'm not sure this show has that budget.
Yeah, maybe not.
So a good episode, though.
Yes, enjoyable, very much so.
A good plot and good elements, but like you say, with a bit of sense of fun and silliness to it, which is kind of what we go to The Flash for.
Agree.
Legends, No Country for Old Dads. A much lighter episode in some ways, and at the same time, it moved a lot of plots forward.
Yeah.
Like, as much as all these other shows did. I wonder if this was before a mini hiatus in the US.
Possibly. I'm a little bit confused over all the timings, to be honest.
Yeah, so looking on Wikipedia, there is a mini hiatus for 2 or 3 weeks on The Flash and Arrow, and Legends of Tomorrow is continuing, but it's a shorter season, which will be replaced by Supergirl. So
okay.
Interesting. So that's why we've had these big revelations on Flash and Arrow, why they're moving forward so much.
Right.
Legends, yeah. So we have proper progress with Malice from beginning to end, with both our heroes finding something out about it and him appearing to take over Nora?
What, Damien's daughter?
Yes.
Yes, Nora.
Okay, yeah, taking over Nora at the end.
Yeah.
We had Damien Dark finding himself with a wig.
That was a dreadful wig.
I loved
it. I loved it so much.
We had progress on Ava and Sarah.
Yes.
So I'm now comfortable I can remember her name each time.
Yes.
Rather than just calling her prefect person. And Rip is back on the team with Wally.
Yep.
And Wally was even given a thing to do, and it came out okay.
Yep.
Yes. Don't feel like I got much personality from Wally this week.
Well, I mean, I've written down here, Wally equals meditation man, ? And then, who puts his foot in his mouth?
Yeah.
I mean, when he referred to what's her face as a basic bitch.
Basic B, yeah.
Oh, sorry. I'm like, okay, that's crass. And what?
I
didn't like that at all. No. I felt like it lowered the tone.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
You know?
And not something I'd have expected from the show. Oh, the show possibly, the character definitely not.
It did make me wonder, does that word carry a slightly different level of resonance in the States to the UK? Yeah,
I'm wondering, is it that's an actual expression, an actual phrase? And because it's not used over here, it seems stronger than it actually is.
Yeah. Because it really surprised me. But
is it something, kids say? Millennial types.
But for me, that wasn't a pre-Watershed phrase in what I consider a pre-Watershed show.
Yeah, I'd agree. But no, good to have Wally on the team, and I think he will be a good addition to this.
I agree.
I think he lends an element of youth with some of this stuff, but a different ability set that this show has been crying out for. Something legitimate and useful.
Yeah, so useful, as we'll come on to Arrow, that they're just like, we're just going to borrow that.
Well, yeah. Damien had a lot to do in this episode. Neil McDonough carried a couple of big parts of it.
I have an admission.
Go on.
I might actually like this version of Damien Dark.
Yeah. Have they figured out how to write him finally? Because they've always written him as a bit kind of funny, which I've enjoyed because it's better than the moustache twirling. Like the moustache twirling of Caden James, for instance, is just dull.
Agreed.
They've always made Damien Dark a bit quippy and a bit silly, but here he was genuinely funny.
I've written down some of my favourite lines from this. So when he was writing his essentially Match.com profile, they always go, "Hi, I enjoy destroying the world to make it in my image." That made me genuinely laugh. And I think
was that followed up with like, "Ooh, favourite movies."
Exactly. When Nora said to him, "I'm annoyed," and he went, "Hi, annoyed, I'm Dad."
Yes.
I was like, that's awesome.
Yes, dad jokes. Like, if you've got an older member of your crew who's doing that, yes.
Dad jokes to the max. Yeah. Loved it.
I quite liked it earlier. It's not a line, but when he was threatening Roy, with threatening Ray, and Ray came through, and he uses the arrow, not Ant-Man, Atom suit. He's like, "Thank you, Ray, you did the right thing."
Yes. No, it was really good. I mean, I think overall the humour's been pretty good this episode. Yeah. I enjoyed it when Meathead Nate said, when Rory had stolen the glasses from the lead singer of the Grateful Dead, when Nate was like, no, we allow low to medium theft on this ship. I was like, it just made me giggle.
Yeah, it's a good line. And then we revisit that later with, I thought this would be a good souvenir.
Yeah, exactly. And that kind of fits with Wally, because Wally is a young boy.
Yeah, very gung-ho.
You can see him fitting with Nate and Rory.
Yeah.
And Ray, to a certain extent. They're all... Sarah's... the women are a lot more dark on that ship. The guys are kind of messing around.
Yeah,
you know?
and I suspect they're writing it just to balance the characters. They're not writing it the men are like this and the women are like this. It's just, we've got these characters who are going to have more serious or relationships or be dealing with issues. So these characters we write differently, and it's just so happened that the women are the ones that get the totems, that are having the relationship with the prefect. And
exactly, the more emotional stories.
Yeah. I felt there's scope there for Wally to show off, and eventually we'll have the thing where he comes a cropper and it doesn't go so well, but...
Very much so, yes.
Yeah.
I think that is in his character. We've seen that in Flash as well.
Yes.
Not in a nasty way.
No.
But he's a cocky lad.
He wants to be the big star of this thing, so and he has the potential to be here, so...
Yeah.
We had the Vision Quest meditating thing.
That was the weakest bit for me.
Yeah, got them the information. As soon as they started thinking about what they were going to do, I was like, this is going to be some sort of spirit quest, channel your ancestors thing. Yeah. Oh, yes, it is. Okay. And fine, they got the information they needed. Yeah.
Yeah.
And Sarah continued her relationship with Ava.
Yay.
It seems to be very nice.
Yes.
I like it. It works. We've gotten past them squabbling. Yeah. It's now them sort of telling everyone what's going on.
Yeah, I have a worrying feeling of foreboding.
Well,
it's like, so everything's going well. Oh, there's a secret. Yes, we're back in the CW network world.
Yep. Any guesses so far? Any predictions what the secret might be?
I think Ava is not real. I think she's some kind of robotic, artificial intelligence, humanoid creation.
Okay.
I don't know. That's my guess.
I mean, clearly she's not going to be a descendant. They wouldn't go that far.
No, that would be too ick.
I'm wondering if it's everyone he recruited for the agency is an aberration who will be removed from existence when not needed or something. Something like that, or...
Yeah,
I think that's it. I mean, the likeliest thing is she's going to turn out to be related or something to do with a villain or someone who killed Laurel or the person who will eventually kill her dad, or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. It'd be interesting to find out. I'm intrigued.
Will. And I'm intrigued to know, why would it be on the Wave Riders drives?
Yeah.
So maybe she was one of the first people he recruited. I don't know.
Okay, so Legends, a good episode.
Yeah. One more thing on that. Nora. I like that we've now got Nora with a bit more character as grown-up Nora.
Yes.
Because before I felt an affection for the young girl, but I felt nothing about the adult Nora. That she was just like a sidekick.
Yeah.
With nothing of her own.
They've properly humanised her this episode, and made us feel for her. And like I've said in other shows, she's not done anything too villainous yet. She is redeemable. Damien Dark has killed people.
There is no glimmer of hope that Damien is going to be redeemed.
Yeah.
You know, everything he does is 100% evil.
Yeah.
In this.
But as much as we've got that, we've got the possibility of, rather than her having a general love for the team, because they say for in the past it's a specific love for Ray, which I quite like, and you know, they keep trying this with Ray. This is the one I could see them pulling off.
Yeah, this feels almost even more natural than him and Felicity.
Yeah,
as a pair, because he doesn't have much luck, does he, Ray?
Him and Hawk Girl.
Him and Hawk Girl, that was not.
I feel like we've had someone else as well in there, but who knows?
Didn't he have a snog with Amaya at one point as well?
I couldn't tell you.
I don't know.
Yeah. But I can see that coming. But again, we've got another twist at the end that she is now really being taken over by Malice.
Yes.
So, again, interesting to see where that comes to.
Yeah.
So that's Legends.
Yeah.
Okay. You actually finished this time?
Yeah.
Let me carry on. Arrow, the devil's greatest trick. Convincing the world he didn't exist. So there was a lot of story in this. The revelations that Caden James's son was killed with an arrow, not by the Green Arrow, by someone else. And he used the metadata on this original file, which is now suddenly available. He right-clicked it and went view properties, and...
it again is IT skills equals magic.
Yeah. Tap, tappity, tap, tap, tap. Hey, I've got a solution for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And only my tappity, tap, tap, taps work. Exactly. I'm the magic man.
Yeah. So what's the plot here? Caden James knows it's one of those guys. And I didn't quite buy it must be one of these guys.
No, tap, tappity, tap, tap, tap. Magic hands.
Yeah. I the logic to get there never quite worked, but fine. Let's move on. They accuse everyone, there's all problems, there's lots of fighting, and there's lots more fighting, and eventually they capture them, and then everyone escapes, and then they capture Caden James because he realises he was doing the wrong thing. Through flashbacks, through very, very Lost-esque flashbacks. That was more so than anything else we've had on Arrow, I think. Yeah. His modern, present-day story, being informed by his past story, in a way that I didn't buy.
And it just didn't make sense. Did not make sense. They have not painted Caden James as a proper, consistent character.
Yeah. That was the first time we saw anything of him with his son.
Yeah.
I don't think we had that story before. And now, if I'd had that earlier on, I might have felt more for it. But...
And I do not buy that someone who was maybe an illegal magic hands IT vigilante, but someone who was committed enough to the greater good to try and to create this group Helix to attack Big Corp because of what they're doing to the world and the people of the world would be like, oh, and now my revenge against this one man is so important that I'm just gonna kill a whole city of people.
Yeah,
I don't care about people anymore. It irritated me the way that they just made him so two-dimensional and so inconsistent.
Yeah, and it turns out at the end that he was using this to get money to pay off all these people who helped him. Well, that's really boring.
Yeah.
We were expecting this to come to more and more and more, and actually it turns out we've been told the truth all the way through and it's a bit dull.
Yeah, and And then when it turns out that dude Diaz is actually just another mobster, and he was playing the hyper-intelligent Caden James in order to take over the city and be a mobster. I was just like, seriously? And I must admit, at that point, I had been thinking, I'd even written down, who the hell is Diaz anyway? And then it's like, oh, that's why we don't really know who he is, because now they can bring him in as an even bigger big bad.
Yeah.
It's just, the whole thing, tortuous plot, so many twists and turns, badly acted in some points, completely overwrought. I don't care.
I'm not sure where this is going to go. I suspect the show might be breaking in two, with one story about this mobster who's trying to take over and whatever his next episodes are going to be, and evil Black Siren and her dad, and then going after them and trying to stop whatever's going to happen there.
Yeah, is it me, or is Laurel's evil whatever he is now, Lance? He's got off his rocker.
I think so.
Some kind of weird kidnapper stalker.
Yeah, he has stopped seeing the difference between them, I think, and just wants his daughter back. So, it's slightly informed, and I can see what's happening there, but. It's just strange, and the character's outlived his worth on the show, I think.
It's actually creeping me out a bit. I'm not enjoying that plot at all.
Okay. So I think that's going to be possibly the bigger plot, but they're going to focus on the other plots first. Yeah. A bit like The Dark Knight, they focus on the mobsters until they realise the Joker's the bigger threat, and then the film sort of shifts what it's focusing on.
Yes.
Yeah. I feel like the second half of the season might actually be that kind of story. And I feel like because we now have two teams, we can start doing some of this.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, okay, I'm going to stop being so negative, because I was about to start completely being mean about the other team. And I enjoyed what happened with William. I thought that was quite touching. Yep. I think that little boy is probably one of the best actors on the show.
Okay.
Sorry, don't be mean.
No, that's interesting. I don't think anyone in this is bad. I don't think anyone's doing a bad job. I just don't think it's got the attention or the focus that the other shows have. I feel like they're coasting a bit now.
I think the scene that I thought was bad was Dinah and Laurel shouting at each other.
Well,
I was just like, rah, rah, rah. I was just like, oh, God. But yeah, no, you're right.
There's a lot of grandstanding in that story.
Exactly.
Yeah. But no, the stuff with the son, I'm still expecting something to happen with the son, whether it's that he gets in trouble or gets taken hostage or something, or he starts helping out one of the teams.
I think it's going to be the starts helping out, because he's clear. I mean, and as I think like you, I wish that Arrow would stop promising him things.
Well,
that are clearly not going to happen.
It seems like every conversation they have, he uses the word promise in there. It's like, you can't do this. Stop it.
Stop promising. But I think that little boy is just like, well, if he's going to do this, I'm going to be in it too.
Yeah.
And actually, I'm quite able and quite intelligent.
I still hope he might become the Overwatch for Team B.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
That would be good. I don't see it happening. I see him going into training more than anything else.
Yeah. Which would make me feel uncomfortable, because I think he's too young to be put in combat situations.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, possibly training with Felicity.
Right.
But I mean, training for whatever on Team Arrow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's continue to be positive. The Flash moment. Hey, we need to get across town really quickly. I've got an idea. The Flash, not even music, the riff plays. Bit of special effects, then we move on. Like, we don't even need Grant Gustin anymore.
I just made me laugh so much. I wonder how long it took them to agree that they could get away with that in the writer's room.
I wonder if they're allowed X amount per year or something.
But the fact that they didn't even bother having the Flash in
it. Yeah.
I loved it. It's just like, that's convenient.
Yeah.
You do have a mate on the end of the phone. I mean, what was this? Oh, we'll just borrow you for 5 minutes. Don't worry, we won't distract you from your plot.
Yeah, right. Oh, you're in prison? But can you help?
Exactly.
Wait, you're surrounded by other metas who want to kill you. But whilst you're there...
Come on. Yeah. Don't you know time at all.
Do you think when Flash gets a call from Barry... Stephen and Mel, whose name I've now forgotten, Oliver. Do you think when Barry gets a call from Oliver on his phone, he just starts running?
Yeah.
Like, okay, what do you want? What?
Oh, what? Okay. Right, done. I'm going back home now.
Yeah, but it shows how having a speedster is, like you said, for Legends, it's an incredibly useful ability.
Yeah.
And you know, as much as we were saying earlier about DeVoe's now overpowered, the Flash is generally overpowered. Walls cannot hold him, he can break anything, he can shatter anything, he can take down largely any dude. He heals really quickly, he moves around the world incredibly fast, he can go back in time. In general, the Flash is pretty overpowered.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's his soft heart.
Yeah. And then at least we don't have Superman who can do all that and is invulnerable. And can shoot heat from his eyes.
But we have his cousin coming back on Monday.
Well, we do. So that's the big thing we got now. Supergirl is back on next week. So we're going to be back to 4 shows a week for a few weeks now. It seems to imply on Wikipedia at least 18 episodes.
Okay.
And that was episode 13. So we've got probably 5 weeks now.
Good. Excellent. Yay.
So lots to talk about in the future. But that wraps us up for this week. If you have thoughts, questions, or comments, you can use the hashtag ATAV on Twitter or find us on Twitter, Facebook, or Instagram as Eloquent Gushing. If you want to help support us, please check out our Patreon page, patreon.com/eloquentgushing. Anything you can give helps to support the shows and support the network in developing and releasing all the shows we do. And visit our homepage, eloquentgushing.com. We have a weekly newsletter and a number of other shows you might enjoy listening to. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you across the Arrowverse.
Across the Arrowverse is an Eloquent Gushing production. For more shows you'll love, please visit eloquentgushing.com.